You've been told poverty is fate, a life sentence written in stone. But Buddha's secrets, buried for 2,600 years, reveal a truth that will shatter your chains. Scarcity is a lie sold to the masses. In this final chapter, we expose the invisible prisons keeping you poor, and why your childhood toys, your diet, and even your sleep habits are silent accomplices. Watch until the end to learn how fasting unlocks financial freedom and why your humble gratitude might be your greatest enemy. If you're ready to rewrite your destiny, smash the subscribe button. This is the revolution you've been waiting for. Poverty begins as a mental habit long before it manifests materially. Those trapped in lack unconsciously rehearse narratives of limitation. Money is evil. I'll never earn enough. Rich people are greedy. Buddha warned that clinging to such beliefs creates a self-imposed prison, blinding you to opportunities already present. Consider this. Billionaires like Elon Musk or Oprah Winfrey think in terms of value creation, not scarcity. They ask, what problem can I solve? Rather than, why can't I afford this? The brain is a garden, water thoughts that bear fruit. For instance, instead of lamenting debt, ask, what skills can I master to increase my income? Scarcity thrives on fear. Abundance grows through disciplined focus on possibilities. Studies show that chronic financial stress shrinks cognitive bandwidth, reducing creativity and long-term planning. Buddha's antidote? Detach from fear. Observe your money stories without judgment, then consciously rewrite them. Number 1. Write 3 limiting beliefs about wealth. Example, I'm bad with money. Number 2. Burn the paper. Number 3. Replace each with a truth aligned with abundance. Example, I attract wealth by solving problems. Society equates security with 9 to 5 jobs, predictable paychecks, and risk avoidance. Yet Buddha's middle path teaches balance. Neither reckless gambling nor paralyzing caution. The poor stay poor by clinging to safe routines that offer no growth. For example, staying in a dead-end job for decades, fearing the uncertainty of entrepreneurship. Contrast this with Sarah Blakely, who invested her $5,000 savings into Spanx despite having no experience in fashion. Wealth demands courage to sail beyond comfort zones. A farmer hoards rice, fearing famine, while a merchant trades it for silk, multiplying his wealth. Buddha's lesson? Hoarding stagnates. Strategic risk multiplies. Start small. Invest 1% of income in learning, courses, books, or low-risk assets, index funds. Number 1. Identify one safe habit. Example, avoiding networking events. Number 2. Replace it with a daily 10-minute bold action. Example, messaging a potential mentor. Your environment shapes your financial destiny. The poor often remain stuck due to energy-draining relationships. Friends who mock ambition, relatives demanding financial support, or partners who overspend. Buddha taught that true discipline involves curating your inner circle. Billionaire Warren Buffett credits his success to mentors like Benjamin Graham, who taught him value investing. Research reveals that financial habits spread through social networks. If your peers live paycheck to paycheck, you're 40% more likely to mimic them. Wealthy minds seek communities that normalize growth, mastermind groups, workshops, or online forums. Number 1. List 3 people you interact with most. Number 2. Rate their influence on your wealth. 1 equals draining, 10 equals empowering. Number 3. Gradually minimize contact with scores below 5. Replace that time with podcasts or books by financial mentors. Modern culture glorifies impulse buys, lottery tickets, and get-rich-quick schemes. Yet Buddha praised delayed gratification, the ability to sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain. Poverty persists when $200 sneakers or daily takeout coffee take priority over investing in skills or assets. Consider Warren Buffett. He reinvested 99% of his earnings for decades, compounding his wealth. Children who resisted eating a marshmallow for 15 minutes later achieved higher incomes. Similarly, wealth fasting trains self-control. For 30 days, pause non-essential spending and redirect funds into education, courses, or income streams. Dividend stocks. Number 1. Track every expense for a week. Number 2. Label each as poison or medicine. Number 3. Eliminate 3 poisons and invest the saved money. Overthinking is poverty's silent partner. The poor obsess over worst-case scenarios. Asterisk, what if I fail? What if I lose money? Asterisk, while the wealthy take imperfect action. Buddha's Noble Eightfold Path emphasizes right action, moving forward despite fear. For example, Spanx founder Sarah Blakely started with no fashion experience but learned through trial and error. Overcome paralysis by committing to 2 minutes of action. Draft that business plan, email a potential client, or research side hustles. Momentum builds confidence. Number 1. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Number 2. Write your first wealth-building step. Number 3. Execute it immediately. Society glorifies relentless hustle, but Buddha taught right effort, working smarter, not just harder. The poor often equate exhaustion with virtue, grinding at dead-end jobs or side gigs with no leverage. True wealth isn't built by trading time for pennies. It's created by solving scalable problems. Consider Henry Ford. He didn't invent the car, but he revolutionized manufacturing, reducing production time from 12 hours to 90 minutes. Buddha's lesson? Effort without strategy is noise. Focus on high-impact actions, automating tasks, outsourcing weaknesses, or building systems that generate passive income. Wealth multiplies through leverage, technology, capital, or other people's skills. A street vendor works 14 hours daily. A software engineer writes code once and sells it infinitely. Redirect effort toward learning leverageable skills. Coding, marketing, investing. Number 1. Audit your daily tasks. Identify 3 time wasters that earn less than or equal to $10 per hour. Number 2. Replace one with a leverageable skill. Example, learn Canva for digital product creation. Gratitude is powerful, but Buddha warned against using it to justify stagnation. The poor often say, "At least I have a roof," while ignoring leaky pipes or exploitative landlords. True gratitude fuels ambition, it's not complacency. For example, Steve Jobs was grateful for calligraphy classes, which later inspired Apple's typography. Wealthy minds appreciate what they have while striving for more. A 2023 study found that low-income individuals who over-romanticize gratitude are 30% less likely to negotiate salaries or pursue promotions. Buddha's middle path. Balance contentment with hunger. Number 1. Write 3 things you're grateful for. Number 2. Beside each, note 1 actionable upgrade. Example - grateful for my job, enroll in a certification course to qualify for a raise. Chasing luxury cars or designer labels keeps the poor in debt. Buddha warned that materialism is a bottomless pit. The more you feed it, the hungrier it grows. Wealth isn't about possessions but options. Warren Buffett lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. Redirect funds from status symbols to income-generating assets, real estate, stocks. Research shows 80% of millionaires drive used cars and avoid flashy brands. Wealth is what you accumulate, not what you display. Number 1. List 3 status purchases from the past year. Number 2. Calculate their total cost. Number 3. Invest that amount into a dividend stock or skill-building course. Resentment toward past betrayals or financial losses drains mental energy. Energy better spent building wealth. Buddha taught that forgiveness frees you to focus on growth. Oprah Winfrey, fired from her first TV job, channeled her energy into creating a media empire instead of suing her employer. A Harvard study linked chronic anger to impaired decision-making and reduced creativity. Letting go isn't about others. It's about reclaiming your power. Number 1. Write a letter to someone who wronged you financially. Number 2. Burn it, symbolizing release. Number 3. Allocate 1 hour weekly to a wealth-building project. Example, freelance gigs. Poverty thrives on urgency, paycheck-to-paycheck survival, quick fixes, or money-making hacks. Buddha emphasized patience. Wealth is a slow-growing tree, not a weed. Jeff Bezos' long-term obsession led Amazon to dominate for decades, while competitors chased quarterly profits. Investing $500 monthly at 10% annual returns grows to $1 million in 30 years. The poor prioritize urgent expenses. The rich prioritize compounding. Number 1. Define one 10-year wealth goal. Example, $1M net worth. Number 2. Break it into monthly targets. Example, save $2,000 per month. Number 3. Automate transfers to a separate investment account. Society romanticizes overnight success and lottery winners, but Buddha dismissed luck as an illusion. Poverty persists when people blame fate for their struggles while ignoring repetitive choices. For instance, 70% of lottery winners go bankrupt within 5 years. Proof that wealth without wisdom evaporates. True abundance is built through karma, intentional action, not chance. Elon Musk reinvested PayPal's sale profits into SpaceX and Tesla, creating systems that compound value. Buddha taught that luck is earned through preparation meeting opportunity. Studies show that wealthy minds recognize patterns others miss. A street vendor sees a crowded market as competition. A strategist sees it as data to optimize pricing. Train your brain to spot hidden opportunities. Number 1. Write one bad luck story you've told yourself, e.g., I never get promotions. Number 2. Reframe it with karma. Asterisk. What skills can I learn to become undeniable? Asterisk. Number 3. Spend 20 minutes daily studying a high-income skill, e.g., copywriting, AI tools. Do not overrate what you have received, nor envy others. He who envies others does not obtain peace of mind. Scrolling through rich lifestyles on social media fuels resentment and impulsive spending. Buddha warned that comparison distracts you from your unique path. While the poor buy luxury items to keep up, the rich invest in assets that appreciate. For example, Mark Zuckerberg wears the same gray t-shirt daily to conserve decision-making energy for billion-dollar choices. A study found that people who quit social media for 30 days saved an average of $5,000 annually by avoiding impulse buys triggered by envy. Number 1. Unfollow 5 accounts that trigger comparison. Number 2. Replace scrolling time with a wealth-building habit. Example, analyzing stock market trends. Poverty thrives on linear logic. Work harder, earn more. Buddha urged followers to think exponentially. The poor trade time for money. The rich build assets that work while they sleep. Take Ray Dalio. He turned Bridgewater Associates into a $160 billion empire by creating decision-making algorithms, not grinding 18-hour days. Wealth multiplies through scalable solutions, writing a book, licensing a patent, or automating a business. Even a small rental property can generate decades of income. Number 1. List 3 skills or hobbies you have. Number 2. Brainstorm how to monetize one exponentially. Example, baking sell online courses teaching recipes. The poor fixate on cash while ignoring invisible wealth, health, time, and relationships. Buddha taught that true riches include freedom, peace, and vitality. Steve Jobs, facing death, said, "Being the richest man in the cemetery doesn't matter. Yet, the wealthy leverage invisible wealth. Bill Gates reads 50 books yearly to sharpen his mind, a habit worth millions in insights. Every hour wasted on trivial tasks costs compound interest. If a 25-year-old invests $100 instead of buying junk food, it grows to $3,200 by retirement, 7% annual returns. Number 1. Audit your weekly schedule. Identify 3 time drains. Example, binge watching TV. Number 2. Replace one with a wealth-building activity. Example, researching index funds. Poverty narrows vision to survival mode, but Buddha urged disciples to think beyond their lifespan. The poor ask, how do I feed myself today? The rich ask, how will my wealth feed generations? Take Rockefeller. His family office, founded in 1882, still manages billions. Legacy isn't just money. It's wisdom, values, and systems that outlive you. Write a letter to your future great-grandchild. What lessons, investments, or charitable foundations will you leave? Number 1. Define one legacy goal. Example, a scholarship fund, a book, a business. Number 2. Break it into a 5-year milestone. Example, save $50,000 seed money. You now hold the master key to a life beyond lack, a blueprint forged in Buddha's fiercest fires. But this is just the beginning. Wealth is a garden, not a trophy. Nurture it daily. If this series ignited even one spark of clarity, imagine what our next journey could unlock. Subscribe now and ring the bell, because in 48 hours, we'll drop the forbidden laws of eternal wealth, where ancient Zen masters meet Wall Street legends. Until then, ask yourself, will you return to the mud or rise as the lotus? The choice is yours. Stay with us, grow with us, and never stop ascending.